So welcome to my absolute favorite planner and the tutorial of the walkthrough of the Christmas planner. Absolutely my favorite one. Love it. Lots of creative ideas. I've used it over the last few years, and I'm just a Christmas nut. I love it. Who's not a Christmas nut, really? So this is all about Christmas. It's a Christmas planner. It's very whimsical. It's very fun. This isn't meant to be a serious planner. It's meant to be a lot of fun. So just before we dive in, it is formatted for the Hub notebook system. So if you don't know what that's about, you can get a free 2-subject Hub notebook, and you can find all about it at my website. And if you click this link, it'll tell you all about it, and there's a little video you can watch. So, and here's the tutorial. Obviously, this is not the right tutorial. I'm recording that right now, but you will get that when you go on the home page. It will take you first to this Quick Notes page. Oops. Where's the Quick Notes page? To the Quick Notes page. And on the Quick Notes page, you will find email address to email me. You'll find a link to my Etsy shop. You'll find a link to the website. And you also find a link to a bunch of how-tos on the blog part of my website. So you'll find those all here. These are all links that you can click. And this handy notes page, you'll find in most of my planners, which is just a place to drop a quick note before, if you're not sure what page you're going to put it in, or you just have an idea and you just don't want to lose it, you can put it right here. And when you click the home button, it'll always take you to this page so you can drop in a quick note. If you click the notes button next, notes will be right here. You can copy this page as much as you need to and insert it wherever you need throughout the planner. So it's just a handy blank notes page. And then if you click the calendar button, that will take you here. And this is how we dive into the planner. So first you might want to put the year. What year are you doing this planning for? You can always reuse this year after year, just making a new copy for yourself. So you'll find that in the calendar button. And then they are undated here. You have the days of the week, so you can use a little planner here for things to do, events. And you also have a grid, again, undated for November and December, so that you can plan your calendar for this busy holiday season. And you'll notice that there are very cute, whimsical graphics throughout this whole thing, because I just love Christmas and I love things to be cute and fun. So you will find this cute theme throughout. So first tab here is the holiday budget, which will take you to this cover page for your holiday budget. What are you putting in here? First off, you have 2 pages. You have a budget overview and you have your budget detail. So you're going to be putting things in detail here and copy this page as much as you want. So every time you spend something, you're going to put what you've spent and the category it's in and then the cost. And then you may want to have pages for each category. You might want to just say, okay, for my gift category, I'm going to have a whole series of pages. Or for my food category or my decorations category, that's what you're going to put on the page, and you're going to total it up. And then here is where you're going to have your overview of what you spent. So category here could be food, category gifts, greeting cards if you do a lot of sending cards. So you're going to have your categories here with what you want to spend. So you might want to start with this page first and say, okay, how much am I allowing myself to spend on gifts this year? How much am I going to spend on entertaining and food? How much am I going to spend on cards if you do that, or whatever else happens to be part of your budget? And then you can fill in your actual after you go through. So you're going to be putting in your items, what are you spending on each thing? So this might be what you spend on groceries when you go out and do your holiday grocery shopping. And that could be your category of food or entertainment, and then the cost. And then eventually you'll tally them up and go back here and put in your actuals. And this will help you, especially year over year, to start to see, okay, how much did I spend on actual gifts? And I find that that's a big one for me. It's where I spend most of my money. So I don't do a ton of entertaining, but I do a lot of gifts, and I do a lot of hand making of gifts. So it's good for me to have a budget to start with and then see how well I did. And then next year I can tweak my budget even better and try to make sure my actuals match. Some years they do, some years they don't. So that is how you do your budget overview and your budget detail. Copy this page as much as you need to, again, by using the tool up here, and you can just keep copying it. So next, if you go to the Gifts tab, this is the Gifts and Shopping page. Love this little reindeer, he's so cute. And here we have all kinds of gifts ideas. So you have a couple pages that are just gift ideas, and you'll notice that they're different here. They're different by your family. So this is family, this one is friends, and this one is other. So it might be coworkers or teachers or the postman or anything like that. So you, again, can duplicate this as many pages as you need. So it just gives you a few ideas. So you can write down their name and some ideas that you have, maybe some notes of a sale, or if you need to make something, maybe some supplies you need. So this is just a handy sheet, and it'll give you an idea so you don't forget something. So you might want to start by just putting in who do you have to get gifts for in this category. Who are all the friends you want to get gifts for? Who are all the family? Again, duplicate the page as much as you need to get all your family members in here. And then ideas. I tend to kind of refer to this, I start probably in July, just gathering ideas of what they might like. So I might not buy it yet, but I've at least got some ideas of what I want to do here. So this is very helpful. And then notes can be like, oh, you know, I know when Michael's has a big sale on something, or if I'm watching the Best Buy ads or something like that, I kind of look for the things that match up so I can get the best deals. So that's your gift ideas. Then we have the all popular Black Friday shopping. Curious what Black Friday is going to look like. I'm recording this in 2020 as we're coming out of the pandemic, and I'm curious. I have a feeling that Black Friday is not going to be what you've ever seen in the past, but you'll probably be doing on a lot of online shopping for Black Friday. So what are some of those items? So you're going back here to the ideas that you've put down, and you're going to be on your hit list looking for the items, what's the best store and the best price for those items. So again, duplicate as much as you need and really try to get the best deal. So if you know what you're looking for, you can start jotting down the prices here at Best Buy, the price at Target, the price at Walmart, and get an idea of the best place to buy your particular item. So that's what you're going to do here. And then Cyber Monday. So you have another sheet for just doing your online sales on Cyber Monday. I think this is going to be huge this year. I think it's going to be bigger than Black Friday as far as more people are going to be buying things online, whether they buy it on Black Friday or on Cyber Monday. But you're going to see a lot more shopping online, a lot less in person. And I do actually do a whole blog post on, or a podcast, whichever you prefer, what I think the trends are going to be for this holiday season, because I think it's going to be very different in 2020 than in future years. Depends on what year you're watching this video, but you might want to check out that post if it is 2020. So you have your Cyber Monday shopping. Then let's not forget about you. You have your own wish list. People are always asking you, what do you want for Christmas? You know, and if you're like my daughter and you have a birthday in December, it's a double hit. So you have to come up with Christmas ideas and birthday ideas. So this is just a place to jot down things. And you may want to have this planner around, you know, again, from the summer on, depending on when your birthday is, anytime after your birthday, putting down ideas so that when somebody asks you that question, you have well thought out ideas, and ideas that things that you wouldn't splurge on for yourself. So there might be some home decorating things that you really want, but you're just not going to take the time to buy right now. Start putting those ideas down so when somebody asks you, you have an answer to that question. So that's your wish list. Very important. Next, we're going to the kitchen tab. This is the holiday kitchen. And what are you going to do? What are the things you're going to bake? So you may have, this might be a little played down in 2020. Not sure, but you might be doing some baking for the family that you can't go see. So instead of having people come over to your house, maybe you're doing more baking and you're bringing it house to house. I've mentioned in other tutorials, I have a friend who bakes bread, homemade bread, and then brings them to each of her kids because she couldn't spend a lot of time with them, but at least she had something to give them that was homemade and that let them know that she was thinking about them. So you can invite, if it has an event or just an item, I don't think you're going to see the same kids bake sales and things like that you might have been doing for your schools before for fundraisers. I think that's going to go away, but you may still want to do some fun baking for family and friends. You probably won't be baking for the office. That tends to be a no-no right now, but who knows? So, and any ingredients that you might need to buy. So again, you might be thinking, I have most of the ingredients on hand, but I need to buy, you know, a specialty item. So this is, what are you going to be baking? What are the ingredients? Is there any that you need to buy? You can kind of mark it here and put need to buy and put your item right here. I need to buy vanilla, or I need to buy whatever. Baking, the nice thing about baking is you tend to have a lot of the ingredients on hand. It's only one or two specialty ingredients that you need to get. So that's your baking list. Then your menu planner. So if you're having an event, and again, you can duplicate this as much as you need to, you want to have some of the ideas of what's your main dish going to be, what are the main ingredients for that, and are there any that you need to buy? So you're going to fill them in here. Side dishes, obviously it's a bigger box because you're going to have multiple side dishes. What are some of the key ingredients? Again, this isn't meant to be a recipe. It's more like, what are those ingredients that I don't already have on hand that I'm going to need to get over here and then need to buy, or I need to, you know, make sure that they haven't run out, you know, check the sugar, check the flour, have I run out, do I need to buy? So that's what this is, and then your dessert. So it's just an idea to write out your menu, the main ingredients that are kind of out of the ordinary that you're going to need to stock up on and need to buy. Then there's the grocery list. So again, duplicate, reuse as much as you want. I just love having a themed grocery list because it's just fun that time of year, and I fill it out on my iPad, but then when I go to the store, I refer to it on my phone. So I have good notes on my phone just so I can read this grocery list. So that's where you put down what you need to buy. And we're moving on to things to do. So that's going to be here in your to-do tab. These are not to-dos as in chores. These are to-dos as in fun things to do. So what can you do? Project planners, if there's something you're going to make, especially handmade gifts, which I'm going to be doing a lot of this year. So you want to write your project. How long do you think it takes you to make it? Is it a couple hours or is it a couple weeks? When do you want to start? When do you want to have it done by? And then notes, anything that you need to know about this project. And again, duplicate this as much as you need to. There's also the activity planner. What are you going to do? You're still going to be kind of limited to a lot of outdoor events. So if you're going to be going ice skating, if you're going to do a cookie swap, if you're going to host some kind of unusual charity event that doesn't involve everybody getting in the same room. So what's your activity, where, when, and who you're going to invite, and notes. So this might be, you have to do things in smaller groups maybe this time around. So you might be doing an ice skating trip with your kids and just 1 or 2 friends, and then you might have a cookie baking day or a baking day where you just do it with your mom. So you might be doing a lot more of activities that are smaller. So it's good to have a chance to plan them. And remember, you have this calendar back here so you can plug in when you're doing these different activities. I'm going to plan to do a holiday paint and sip with my family. So it'll be just me and my daughter and my mom. But it's just kind of a fun thing that we like to do. We'll pick a holiday picture. We'll put it on the date. We'll have some fun munchies, some non-alcoholic beverages, but it'll be a fun thing to do. So that's one of our activities that we're going to do. Then your holiday bucket list. I love doing this every year, and you put in whatever you want. So you probably are still going to be able to do the lights in the park if you have anything like that, where you get to drive through and see a bunch of holiday lights. I think people will probably do a lot more house decorating. You'll see a lot more lights in neighborhoods this year, I think. So that might be fun to schedule. That bucket list could be a holiday lights drive-through kind of night. Bucket list items that what else can you do this year? You're going to have to be more creative. Will there be a tree lighting ceremony this year? Maybe not. So you might have to come up with some other things on your bucket list. I always like to do like a holiday puzzle. That's always on my bucket list. I always want to do some kind of holiday countdown, and I have to invent and create the holiday countdown. So I put that in here. So whatever those things are that you want to make sure that you do this holiday season, maybe this year it's a little different and you want to spend more time with your family. So each bucket list is a different family member item, something you can do with them. So give this some thought this year. This is going to force you to be a little bit more creative. So take some time. I hope you bought this planner well in advance so you can really think about what you want to put on your holiday bucket list. Then we have the plain old to-do list. What are some of the things you need to remember to do this season? Do you need to get a new tree skirt? Do you need to kind of restring the lights on your Christmas tree if you have an artificial Christmas tree? What are some of the things that you absolutely have to do this year? What are some of the new things that you're going to have to do this year that you hadn't done in past years? So it's a good place to jot that down. Again, duplicate as much as you need. Now, holiday fun. So the holiday to-do is the activities. This is just a little bit different. This is kind of just whimsical. Again, this whole planner, as you can see, is very light and fun. So holiday playlist. What are some of the favorite songs that you have, and when are you going to use them? So like if you're going to have a wrapping party, maybe your activities have to be very different this year. So you're going to have a wrapping party and you want to come up with a really fun soundtrack to wrap presents to, maybe a different one for baking, a different one for decorating, whatever you want, or maybe you want to use the same playlist over and over. Write down some of your favorite songs. Ask your family for some favorite songs and jot them down here, and then go put them on your playlist, load them up on your phone, and have some really go-to fun playlists. But I like to write them down so in case I delete the playlist later, I can come back to it next year and say, oh, what were some of my favorite songs, or I can add some of my favorite songs. I'm a big fan of Trans-Siberian Orchestra, so I have that. My playlist is loaded with them. And then holiday movies. What movies did you watch that you loved and want to put them as your all-time favorites? So that could be on your bucket list. You could have an awesome, I want to have every Friday night family movie night, family Christmas movie night. So there'd be maybe four Christmas movie nights. So you could write down some of your favorite movies. What do you want to watch? If you've watched Hallmark movies, they all kind of blend, so it might be worth writing down the title of some of your favorites, because you might not be able to tell them from looking at the images or the descriptions. So write down the titles of your favorite movies. Or if you're giving yourself a Hallmark movie challenge, you can kind of check off the movies as you've written them. Again, duplicate this page as much as you want. And then this is, again, just a little bit of whimsical. I made this kind of small. You can make it bigger if you want. I didn't want you to be overwhelmed, but a letter to Santa, just a little quick couple of notes, maybe your wish for this year. Some people get overwhelmed if they have a big long page, so that's why I purposely made it small, but you could use a notes page if you want to elaborate a little bit more, but just a quick note to Santa, maybe even just bullets. As adults, we don't tend to write as much as we used to, but what are some of the things that you want to kind of kick back to childhood and write to Santa? So again, that's why this is all called holiday fun. And then the holiday journal. So this is where you can do a little bit more writing. And the point of these pages is to capture things. So as things happen during the holiday season, jot them down. You know, if you had that wrapping party, what were some of the fun things, the fun memories? And there's a second page just to put pictures. So again, you know, you have here, you have your camera roll. You can drop in pictures, so you can take them with your phone and then just drop them in later, or you can actually take them with your iPad and drop in some fun pictures that you can always come back. This whole journal is meant to be a keepsake that you can come back to next year. So you have special moments, notes for next year. As you do things, did you not plan far enough in advance? Did you plan too many activities, you couldn't do them all? Did you not plan enough activities? So just some general notes for next year. And then just anything, you know, if you want to journal every night, just a few things. Again, the page, I intentionally kind of kept it on the small side so you wouldn't get overwhelmed. I know how busy the holiday season is, so this way you just have to jot down a few things. And again, if you want to go bigger, you can duplicate this page, or you can use the notes page, which is much bigger, gives you a little bit more room to write. So that is the whole point of the holiday journal. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me jump back to the home page and we'll get back to the cover. So I hope that you have a lot of fun with this planner. Again, it's my favorite planner. I love the Christmas season. It's meant to be light and whimsical. I really wanted to make this fun for you. So the whole theme is celebrate the season with more fun and less stress. So I hope you enjoyed this and have a great holiday season.